So how large are the airships that I build? Well, I do several different sizes. One of them is what I refer to as an intermediate size, and the reason it's called that is because I used to do a small one that was maybe 12 inches long. I don't do too many of those, mostly because the level of detail I like putting in them makes them not very cost effective, to be honest. I mean, I like to do something that looks really cool, and sometimes it's hard to put the level of detail you'd like in something that's that small. That and the fact that, you know, people I don't know, they don't see the value in something small, unfortunately, unless it's a diamond. So I don't do those too much anymore. I do that intermediate size, which when all finished winds up being in the neighborhood of 18 to 20 or 22 inches long, with the nose cone and the propeller and everything. Then the next size I do is a medium size, or one that we like to call the Mackie size, and that has to do with the first one of that size that I built was bought by a good friend of mine named Sandy Mackey of Legendary Escapes Pool Company. She's all over the internet, look her up. She bought that one, so we kind of call that size the Mackie size. That winds up being probably, all said and done, about 36 inches with nose cone, propeller, and everything on there. That's a really popular size. It's big enough that you can put a decent amount of detail in it, but small enough that you don't need to dedicate a room to it, kind of thing. After that, then there's a large size one that probably, all said and done, winds up being a good nearly 4 feet long when it's done. That actually was the size of the very first one that I did, that was for a steampunk bookstore in Farmington Hills, that was going to hang up in a peaked section of the room. That's a really nice one that you can get a lot of nice detail on if you've got a large room, if you've got a high ceiling, if you've got, you know, a nice space for it. That's decent. I haven't built one larger than that yet, but there's always that opportunity, and I'm always looking for that opportunity. I would love to do one that's an installation in an airport, or an installation in a mall, or something like that needed to be twice that size, 3 times that size. You know, it would be a challenge and a thrill to try to figure out how to put that one together, but how much fun would that be? So those are pretty much the sizes that I tend to work with. As far as the hot air balloons go, they wind up being in the neighborhood of 24 to 30 inches tall, maybe, all said and done, because the body of the balloon itself, I think, is about 14 inches, 12, 14 inches tall, and then you have the stringing and the gondola that hangs down, and however much extra room that takes. So they wind up being probably about 24 inches or so, all said and done. And I haven't done a larger one of those yet, but that opportunity is probably coming up. I have a couple ideas for places that a larger one would be a good idea. So yeah, those are kind of the sizes that I wind up doing. But hey, if you need something different, let me know. You can get a hold of me at artsmithcraftworks.com, or through Facebook at facebook.com/artsmithcraftworks, and my email is artsmithcraft@yahoo.com.